What is murder in the state of Florida? That's a $6 million question in Florida, where Anna Nicole Smith was found dead. If Anna Nicole died of a drug overdose, could the person who provided her with the drugs be charged with killing her? Join us live from Tampa, two experts in Florida law, Prosecutor Pam Bondi and criminal defense attorney Jeff Brown. Pam, and I say if because we do not know, autopsy report not back, could be natural causes. But let's assume that the death is from a drug overdose. You as a prosecutor in the state of Florida, would you be investigating further, or is there anything suspicious about this to you?
Absolutely, Greta, and I believe that's why it's taking so long to come up with a conclusion. I think Dr. Perper knows the results, but let's assume, like you said, it is a drug overdose. The person who supplied her with those drugs could absolutely be held liable under our homicide statute. It doesn't necessarily have to be a drug dealer. It could be a doctor. It could be anybody who gave her those drugs, and those drugs were the proximate cause of her death.
Jeff, in terms of supplied, I guess we go through the whole chain. I guess we could start with, do you think that the pharmacy, for instance, in my hypothetical, underlying hypothetical, pharmacy be someone who should at least be talking to a lawyer?
Well, I think they should be. Remember, it has to be an unlawful distribution. So the pharmacist, if it's unlawful, the pharmacist doesn't know it's going to Anna Nicole, or they've been tricked or something like that.
How about if they know it's a false name?
Yeah, if they know it's a false name, that might be unlawful. But if they don't and they think it's a lawful prescription they're writing, that's not unlawful, so they're out of the equation. The hard part in this, though, is you got to be able to prove that the drugs that killed her that were in her system actually came from the person, or what Pam called the supplier, or what I call the distributor. And that's a tough thing to do. She may have been given drugs 2 days before, but unless the medical examiner is going to say the drugs given to her 2 days before are the drugs that ended up killing her, that's not good enough. So you really are going to have a tough time finding the drugs or the source of the drugs for the drugs that actually killed her.
Pam, there's a lot of difference between an investigation, be under that umbrella suspicion, and also, actually having committed a crime. But if you were in that room in the hours leading up to her death, and forget you're a prosecutor, but just a lawyer, would you be talking to a lawyer now?
Oh, absolutely.
They better be. They better be. Hey, sure. Yes.
That's one of the protections that this country affords you under the 5th and 6th Amendment, and there should be nothing wrong with that, but they should definitely be talking to a lawyer. The last thing they want to do is admit to something and have that used against them in a courtroom.
All right, Pam, if someone's given an antibiotic, I hand you an antibiotic, unbeknownst to me, you have an allergy to an antibiotic, but I'm in the state of Florida and you die from me going to anaphylactic shock. That's not murder in Florida. I take that's not murder.
No. No, Greta, and there are only certain drugs. And again, a doctor's not immune from this statute. If a doctor prescribed her a lethal amount of drugs, as Dr. Bodden called it, they could absolutely be held liable, criminally liable, under the homicide statute. No, antibiotics wouldn't qualify. If I said I didn't have an allergy and I did, no, that's not the intent of the statute.
All right, it's to get the illegal. All right, Jeff, you got 10 seconds. Do you have any advice for Judge Corte, who was apparently picked up allegedly smoking dope in near a drug-free zone in a park?
Yeah, 2 things. 1, A, don't smoke pot, and 2, use your brain. It's amazing to me. I don't know what's happened to some of our judges in this state. We have some great judges, but lately we haven't been showing a very good track record. So I don't think this is that tough.
All right, I'm going to play favorites, and I'm not going to ask Pam to comment on the judges. So you're the only one in trouble tonight, Jeff. Anyway, Pam, Jeff, thank you both.
Thanks.